what's up? It's that vegetarian girl 93 here, and I just made a post this morning about the movie Wicked for Good, and I just wanted to also talk about it on video just because I'm still thinking about it and I'm really happy about it. It brings me a lot of joy. Honestly, I was taken to see this movie, not against my will. I clearly manifested it, but the desire to see this movie came through Dan, and I fought it really hard. I was like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. We saw the first Wicked movie when it came out, and I liked it a lot. And I was like, I don't wanna. Like, it's snowing, and I just don't want to go. But so he was very persistent, and it was clearly God through him that was being so persistent. And he bought 2 tickets, and we went. And honestly, what I'm processing right now is like, wow, animals are really ready to be liberated. Now, of course, like, I believe animals have been asking for support in every way that they can think to do, every way they can do. And the most highly sensitive people on the planet pick up on that first, and they are drawn to go vegetarian or vegan, or, even protest and lobby and do animal rights activism and things like that. But this movie, it's a very, very popular movie. It's just like right in your face. Animal liberation. Animal liberation. Animal liberation. Animal liberation. And so, as I was watching it, animals are so ready for the spiritual awakening. They're so ready for the ascension. And this movie is just a massive indication and reminder of that. And a massive part of my life purpose is animal liberation and animal ascension. And I want to talk more and more about that all the time. It's part of my, I guess you could say it's part of my autism. It's just part of me. I love animals. And what I really want to communicate, I guess, is if you think animals aren't important, if you think animals aren't paying attention, if you think animals aren't conscious and aware of everything that's happening, oh my goodness, you have another thing coming. This movie is one way that animal consciousness is speaking to the whole planet. Animals are sick and tired of being abused and mistreated. And even though my spiritual teachers, Jeff and Shalia, say that animals have their own spiritual awakening journey. I also believe personally in speaking up for people and animals and even communities and any entity that is in a vulnerable position and can't speak up for themselves. I'm a big advocate type of person. Also part of my soul design. And so what I really, really want to express is, on one hand, I want to congratulate the animal kingdom for speaking up, because this movie is like a breakthrough. It's like a loud in your face in pop culture. Look here, pay attention here. So congratulations to animals, because they earned that and they claimed that level of broadcasting through their own spiritual work and feeling their feelings. And the second thing I want to communicate is, if you are in any position, whether you're like a pet owner or you own a farm, God forbid you own a puppy mill or something like that, I want you to stop and take a look at how you're treating animals, because guess what? They are not lesser beings. Now, God did create his children to preside over animals and the environment, but that doesn't mean that you disrespect. In fact, it means the opposite. It means you must respect animals and the environment. So the animal uprising has been happening for a long time. It's not like I saw Wicked for Good and I'm like, oh, the animals they're fine. No, it's been happening for a long time. Don't get me wrong. But this movie is just an indication of like, this needs to be on the forefront of humanity's agenda, so to speak. And honestly, in my free time, it's one of the only things that I really think about and want to talk about. I mean, there's a lot, but if the most vulnerable and sensitive things in consciousness on the planet are being heavily abused, I'm not a fan of that. And it's easy to say, oh, of course, end animal abuse. Oh, of course. Right? Like, it seems like common sense. But then if you look at factory farming and how animals are treated, well, so there's a disconnect. You're like, yes, I love my pet. I'm going to take really good care of my cat or my dog. And then when it comes to eating meat, you're like, I don't care. Don't talk to me. I'm not saying you better go vegan right now. You better go vegetarian right now. If you want to, do it. It's an inner call. What I am saying is, look at try baby steps if you need to. I am not a baby step type of person. Personally, it's not my personality. But if you need that, try meatless Mondays. Try the next time you go get a latte, try substituting almond milk or soy milk. Try the next time you go out to eat with friends, try the vegan or vegetarian dish on the menu. Cutting back is not only good for the animal, it puts less pressure on factory farms. And so if there's less pressure on factory farms, then the animals aren't going to need to get abused as much because there's less pressure to produce more and more and more and more animal product. It's also good for your health. There's so much research behind this. And if you're like, well, look at that Miley Cyrus interview, she said her brain basically stopped working. Well, Miley Cyrus was probably not doing it right. You have to make sure you're getting the right supplements. You know, you do need protein. You want to do it right. So there's that. But in another, what I really want to communicate is that animals are conscious beings. Fully conscious beings. They feel pain. They hurt. They miss their families. They have twin flames. I have proof that animals have twin flames, and I would love to talk more about that as my heart heals from what happened with my soul pets. So yeah, I just think it's a celebration. The fact that the two main actresses from the Wicked movie, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. They're both vegan, and they inspired Jeff Goldberg. Oh my God. That's okay. Okay. They inspired their fellow actor Jeff Goldberg. Oh my God. I don't know. To go not vegan, I don't think, based on my Google research, but plant-based. Just an example of like how like one person, two people can make a difference just by having conversations, just by being that yourself. And a little encouragement to people who are vegan and vegetarian and still receive a lot of energetic backlash, because I'm still in that boat. I don't know how in this day and age, it's almost 2026, I don't know how at this point vegetarians and vegans can still receive and experience so much backlash. It's like, really get over it. Like, everyone can decide what they want to eat. And if you look at the reasons people go vegetarian and vegan, they're not evil or weird. They're pretty straightforward. and they're rooted in empathy, concern for the environment, for animal welfare, and even health. It's just weird to me, but I still receive, like, it's still like a thing for some reason. Stay strong. It's not, whatever. Slavery was once considered normal, and what we're seeing with factory farming is animal slavery. It's one thing to utilize an animal for food or for something, but animals shouldn't be abused in the process. And if you look into it even for 5 minutes or even think about it or feel into it, you will know that animals are being heavily abused. Not just little abuse, like heavily. And I've talked about this before, because there's such a high demand for animal product that to keep up with that demand, no one's coming in and saying, "Hey, stop." No one's making a judgment call and saying, "We need to lower demand." And so, because no one's like presiding over this issue besides God, right? God is in charge of everything at the end of the day. But that's why this uprising and awakening is happening, with so many people transitioning to veganism and vegetarianism. It's God through them. God is asking people to change their diet to help rebalance the planet and help kind of try to stop this widespread animal abuse. And so I'm never going to stop talking about this. This is one of my core missions. Yeah, I just really am glad that Dan took me to see Wicked for Good. It was honestly like, I needed to see it. And just congratulations to animals, to the film industry, that like we're really like, it just makes my teenage heart proud, the me that, and I want to talk more and more about this on this channel. It just makes my teenage self proud to know that like consciousness is at this point already. Yeah, and good. I definitely want to talk more about this, but that's all I have for now. Really good. I'm happy to see it. So, thanks for watching. If you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe.